Okay, we're continuing part two of our series of Oakland streets trash and the homelessness continue to grow in 2021. Here we are now. This is another part of Oakland where it's homelessness and trash. This is actually on Wood Street in West Oakland, and this street covers an area stretch of I think it starts from 18th Street in Wood, and it runs all the way to 35th in Wood. And these are the streets where the homelessness live, and this is near the freeway. And as you can see how terrible the conditions are out here. These are just another example of the situation that we have in Oakland with the homelessness and the trash. Such terrible conditions that the people are living in. And there's so many areas, but we're just trying to cover as many as we can. This is part two of the series. So I continue to have some more series to come in the future, hopefully, and we'll show more parts of Oakland. This is still on Wood Street. And as you can see, all the garbage that's piled up out there, nobody's picking it up. This is going to create diseases and sickness. No telling what kind of sickness and virus diseases that we're going to have come from this. Okay, here's an aerial shot of that section of Wood Street where all the homeless encampments are located. As you can see, it's almost like a whole community of homeless encampments, and you have them on Wood Street and on the other side also. If you look closely underneath the freeway, there are also homeless encampments. Can you see it's just so many, a large community. And this is right here in West Oakland. It's terrible. We have to do something about these conditions. This is a section over near Wood Street. It's actually, I think, Willow, and that's a street above Wood Street. Right by the park, you can see the homeless encampments also there, with campers stretched out. This is 35th and Peralta, and as you can see, people live right across the street from this homeless encampment. They have apartments, units right across the street from it, and they right there in the aisle. See, you can see homes over there. So can you imagine the people have to live right across the street from this kind of situation? Now here I think we're on, this is Telegraph. Yes, this is Telegraph. I think it starts on 32nd Street. And this is right down the street from the Highway Patrol building. And now you can see, as we continue to go, there is the Highway Patrol's office. And they right next door, they have this kind of situation going with all this homelessness and trash on the street. Such terrible conditions. Now we're moving on to another street on Martin Luther King Jr. So we have this section, I think it's also off of 32nd and Martin Luther King. We covered another area in the last video of the conditions of the homelessness on Martin Luther King, and it was further down near West Grand. Now, as you can see, this is off of 32nd Street, and see under the overpath of the freeway, you have people living on the sidewalks. Actually, the whole sidewalk is taken up, and look like they have a couple of portable bathrooms, but still, the conditions is terrible. Now we're going down West MacArthur, and you can see all these bikes on the sidewalk. I don't know what this is about. It's right near Mosswood Park, and you can see the whole sidewalk is filled with garbage, trash. I don't know if somebody's selling bikes or what, but can you imagine? That shouldn't be a condition. Right across here is the park, right across the street. And I remember I used to come there with my mother and my brothers and sisters. We used to come. Now we on right off of 7th Street in West Oakland, and this is on the side street. I don't know the exact street it is, but you have a whole lot of homeless encampments right over here, just near the BART station too. You go further down, you'll run into the BART station, and as you can see, the conditions that exist, the terrible conditions that the people are living in. Look at all the garbage, piles and piles of garbage, right there on the sidewalk, on the corner street. Nobody's picking it up. This is still in West Oakland, near actually near the BART station on 7th Street. And I think it's in the back of the BART station. These are homeless encampments that the people are living in. They need to have a committee or something. They need a task force to clean up the streets. Now, as you can see down the street, and you got apartments further down, but here's all this homeless and garbage that's on the street, right across from these apartments. Here we are, right outside the main post office. This is on 7th Street in West Oakland, and 7th and Peralta. And here you have some homeless people living right outside the gate of the main post office in Oakland. They actually have little buildings that they didn't put up. And you can see the garbage. Once again, garbage piled up. This is right outside the main post office. Here's more areas in West Oakland with the trash. I want to show this condition. Look at all that. All this garbage piled up, tons and tons of it, and nobody's doing anything about it. And this is an aerial shot of that same park near Wood Street and 18th Street. And as you can see in the background where the park is, all the homeless encampments right on the other side. Try to get a close-up, and you can see some of the conditions. It's just a small portion of the homelessness. Now we're going down Mandela Parkway. This is in West Oakland too. And as you can see on the side of the road, near these buildings, that you have a whole lot of homelessness living on the streets. I think they have campers. I think these are campers that they own, or some of them have, and they're living out of them. But you have piles and piles of trash. And this is more in an industrial area, but it's also a residential area on the other side of the street. And this is in West Oakland, this Mandela Parkway. Now we going towards a more exclusive area, which we covered before at Lake Merritt. And as you can see, you see the apartment units, and then you see, it used to be like a tennis court. And the whole tennis court is filled with homeless encampments. They took over now. Somebody, if they want to play there, they can't play in that park anymore because the homelessness that took it over. And then the building across the street from this homeless encampment in this tennis court is actually a senior citizens building. See that building right across the street? That belongs, senior citizens live in there. And they shouldn't have to tolerate this. What do you think they feeling? They look out their window and see garbage. Now I'm heading towards East Oakland. And when you go off the freeway off of 42nd, from like going to High Street, this is what you see on the side of the road. So this is all I have covered today, and hopefully you learned something from it. And thank you for watching this video.